90% of suicides in Azerbaijan happen due to social problems. Suicide doesn't solve anything. Problems can only be solved by fighting for your rights. This was the keynote idea of the discussions on the issue of suicide, organized by the National Council of Democratic Forces on February 12th. The debate was attended by politicians, human rights experts, lawyers, members of the public, and investigative journalists. Since the beginning of the year, 36 cases of suicide occurred in Azerbaijan. This is sufficient to ring the alarm. The government must wake up from the dream of ignorance. Once people are taking their own lives, how can they talk about human rights, said the National Council Chairman Jamil Hasanli. According to psychologist Azad Isazade, so far in 2014, there have been 350-400 suicide attempts. Suiciders have two reasons: I cannot live or I cannot stand it any longer. Even children are at risk. The other day, a third-grade student committed suicide because he was tired of taking care of his grandmother, said Isazade. In the expert's opinion, only 10-15% of suicides involve mental disorder factor. In majority of cases, these are people who have social problems, especially women. Popular Front Party leader Ali Karimli believes that poverty, social problems, and despair may trigger suicidal thoughts. The government must be responsible for it, but the opposition is also responsible. We cannot unite to give people hope and confidence that things will be better, said Karimli. The speaker also noted that in many cases, facts of suicide are concealed and criminal investigation is not carried out. Suicides in a family or in the army often happen because of sexual abuse, but it is hidden. In any circumstance, criminal proceedings must be launched, said human rights activist Aytekin Imranova. Some experts' perspective is that the increase in suicides is also due to extensive coverage of such cases in media. Pro-government media have been instructed not to write on this topic. It is true that news reports should not be suicide-provoking, but omission of this information by media is no solution either. Banning this is the restriction of the right to freedom of information, media expert Esker Mehmedli said. Preparation of draft law on psychological safety of information by the parliament was sharply criticized. The behavior of the government after the self-immolation of Karabakh War veteran Zaur Hasanov contributed to the growth of such cases. People resort to suicide to get rid of their problems. Media also plays a role in this. Media should not romanticize suicide and present it as the absence of any other way, said the expert Azad Isazade. By religion, committing suicide is prohibited. Suicide is the worst sin. It leaves no room for repentance, said expert Ilgar Ibrahimoglu. Experts also pointed to the growth in the number of heart attacks among youth of the country. There are 1,380,800 pensioners and 340,000 disabled people. Average disability pension is 129.20 Azen. If in 2007 there were 220,000 people receiving targeted social assistance, in 2013 it increased to 590,000. Financial status of people continues to deteriorate. According to statistics, only 7% of the population earns more than 250 Azen and only 2% 300 Azen. Soon after the 1 Azen and 30 kopecks in the amount of pension, the president spent $240 million to buy a plane for himself. Suicide attempts are caused by these problems, economist expert Nemat Aliyev noted.